Hello friends, this is Vedic Astrology by Rani and I'm here to talk about for the horoscope for the month of June 2023. But before we get started, please remember to subscribe below, support me so that I can keep doing this thing for you as long as I possible. But anyway, so let's moving forward. On June 4th, we have Mercury and Uranus, and that will be conjuncting Aries. So things may seem dark right now and gloomy, but they will get better. I will tell you why in very soon. These planets will create a new and very, very innovative ideas, and there will be new way of thinking. We have Uranus, that's a planet of great awakening ideas. It gives us that, and it gives us a lot of hope for growth. Okay, and this also means that people will be thinking outside the box in an unusual manner to do things that can help us. People will be more into spiritual things, and this will be a good thing. So now a lot of people will things will be happening in the next 6 months, not just this month. So we'll be playing getting all kinds of new circumstances will be happening. Political leaders there will be a lot of changes in there, and I want to tell you one thing. There will be someone who I think I have talked about in my other video also. There will be someone new who will give us a lot of hope as a result of his genuine presentation to the world. That person will gain a lot of popularity also. So that person will do much good for the world in general. But on the other hand, a lot of things will be changing again. So I'm going to promise you before I say bad things, if any, that I have a lot of hope for peace and solutions, even though we will see a lot of chaos first. It's going to take time. It's not going to be just happening this month. All this nasty energy of nasty attitudes in the world are happening as a result of the last 60 years of bad things happening. So political leaders always have been carrying a lot of baggage of corruption. So the public is now getting sick of it. So we had eclipses that brought out a lot of secrets in the recent past. So now we will have more eclipses coming up in October, and you will see that more and more will start coming out in open. Justice, peace will start prevailing, and that truth shall be coming out. Now let's talk about what is the main things that I really want to bring to your attention. Remember, this is I'm talking about what's happening in the world, and I will be doing separate horoscopes for everybody's sign. But here, you really should watch this video, because this will tell you where we are heading and how you should watch your finances. And knowledge is power, so it impacts all of us when the planets are doing ruckus or doing a very good thing in the world. So there are 5 major planetary movements in the month of June. Okay, so what are those? So first we have Mercury, that is going to be on June 7th. It will be entering the sign of Taurus. Okay, and when I say June 7th or any other dates, they're basically in India. If you're watching in USA, you can decrease it to 1 day. For example, in USA readers, it will be June 6th. So keep that in mind. Now the sun also will be transiting in the sign of Gemini on June 15, and then we'll have Mercury will become combust in the sign of Taurus on June 19. Then we need that. From that will be a difficult time, and Mercury will then transit in the sign of Gemini on June 24th. And let's see what else is impacting us. One of the big impacts is Saturn in the last 30 years. Now it's going to be Saturn going to be retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, and it will remain there for 140 days. This is a historic kind of situation. It's not that easy, common for Saturn to be retrograde like that in this sign. Now it's going to be aspecting the sign of Aries with its third aspect, and where Rahu, Jupiter, Mercury and Uranus are sitting. Now that will add a lot of seriousness and depth to this month's events. The emotions of the people are, the repressed feeling of people. The people feel like they're being controlled. Needs to be addressed. And it will but it's going to be good for few signs. I would say like about I think 4 signs. Okay, so let's talk about those 4 lucky people. Sign of Leo. Saturn's retrograde movement will take place in your 7th house of marriage and business. That means it will increase your earning power, and if you're working, you will be getting some rewards at workplace. If you're looking for another job, you will succeed, and you will have progress in either job or in the business. These opportunities will be better, and they will bring good financial, stable, sustainable financial gains for you also. If you're a student who are preparing for this hi-fi exams, you will do very well. Your hard work will pay off. Now, Saturn does not give you rewards without hard work. So make sure you're working hard. Okay. Now, another sign that will benefit from this Saturn retrograde is Sagittarius. You will get some kind of a unexpected benefits out of nowhere. You will get significance. You will be able to achieve a lot of your work in terms of to achieve the financial gains. If you're a working person, you will get the support of your colleagues and receive recognition for your hard work. Okay, and it will also bring you favorable results and to get success in your career and education. Now, let's say who else gets benefit. Capricorn. It will be retrograde, take place in your 2nd house with the so your financial condition will get stronger. Okay, if you're thinking of selling property, then this period will be very good for you. The family life will improve, and your atmosphere will be more pleasant. And another sign that will benefit from Saturn retrograde will be Pisces. It will be happening in your 12th house. You will get opportunity to travel overseas or to other countries or some faraway places, and your business will grow as a result of this placement also, and overall you will get progress. So now let's talk about other things in general. Now we're done with these 4 signs. Okay, so just so that you know, if you are living in a northern sphere of the earth, it's going to get very hot there. The chance of having violence is going to be higher on the northern hemisphere. As you can always Google that question, where is the northern hemisphere? I don't have to tell you that here. And then what else is happening is that right now, as a culmination of years and years and years, people are going to be very angry with political leaders and media, because media try to represent their own way of showing what is the truth, but the truth may be entirely different. So people are now going to be very, very coming out in anger. They are going to be realizing that they have been cheated by the media, because Venus and Mars transiting in Cancer, making the people fight. And the sign Cancer being ruled by Moon is ruled by what? Masses. So it's time media, the public is going to come out and fight. Now we have Mars and Venus in Cancer that are transiting the 8th house of US in natal chart, which indicates that the big money and the death and scandal, secrets, corruption, all this is going to be high thing. Now the Saturn is transiting also in the 3rd house of communications and media, as transiting Mars aspect the transiting Saturn, it affects the 8th house of secrets and 3rd house of media and communications. The public is very, very suspicious now of the media. Now let's talk about something that will really can impact you. So financial market. When you are running a shop or you're running a business, you think I can read your horoscope and tell you how it will impact. But you don't even need to do that. If I tell you what's happening in the world, you will be able to make your planning and see how to handle your finances. So during the month while Mars opposes Pluto, a transformation of very high level is going to be happening, and the world's financial markets will be completely transformed. Because Pluto is a planet of change, big money, big transformation, and when it's changing sign in the second house of the US's natal chart, it is opposing the Mars and Venus in the 8th house. This Pluto transit represents a big financial transformation, since the second house is money and the 8th house is government money. So the Pluto return is taking place right now all the way through the year 2024. This means the US is going through a big transformation that you won't even believe. What else is getting impact? Real estate. It's going to go down the hill. The house prices will go down. Why I say that? Because Mars rules real estate. The real estate markets will change very strongly. So many of you who have the house, bought expensive house, and now you want to sell it, it's going to be a tough battle for you. I'm sorry to say that. But if you're a buyer, it's good for you, right? You want to buy the cheap house. So now the interest rate will then also go high. So those people who want to buy on the interest is not, what can they do? They interest rate raise their mortgage payment. So it depends on, if you're buying with the cash, then you are in a good luck. Okay. Now, but what else is happening? The entire month of June, we have Mars transiting in the debilitated sign of its debilitation sign of Cancer. Rahu in Aries is ruled by Mars, right? And Ketu in Libra is ruled by Venus. This means that Mars and Venus will be transiting together in Cancer, and that represents me the karmic outcome of what we have been doing over the decades. Not just days, not months, not years, decades. Okay, so the Rahu and Ketu and Saturn represents karma, and this is the time karmic debts will have to be paid off now for whatever we have been doing as a society, right? So so along with the Rahu and Ketu connecting dispositors, its dispositors, Saturn is now stationary this entire month during the retrograde and turning retrograde on June 17. So Saturn's station causes a very serious and heavy heart kind of feeling, like you are very gloomy. The world in general will be a very gloomy place to be right now, and people will be very kind of down, depending on where in your chart this is happening. When I do the individual signs, I'll try to talk about that. So hang in there. There's a hope coming too. Okay. Now on June 15, Mars will be going parallel to Uranus, because there will be then a lot of aggression and emotional stress will be there for people. There's a violence all around the global. So that, because I say that because last time when Rahu was in Aries and Ketu in Libra, it was in year 2004. So that time we had a big tsunami incident in Malaysia with a lot of destruction and death, right? So I see the similar circumstances. Folks, be ready, stay prepared. Okay, now along with the placements of these Rahu Ketu, the alignment of Mars and Uranus is also can intensify the world crisis. So on June 1st, Mars will be aspecting Saturn with its 8th aspect, causing a lot of disruption and anger from public towards governments, laws, and corrupt ways of doing things. Now Mars, being debilitated in Cancer, will exchange signs with Moon, debilitated in the sign of Scorpio at the beginning and end of the month, bringing out the exposure to the lot of hidden events that are being hidden from the public. Especially the full moon usually always brings the awareness, because it throws the lights wherever it's happening. The full moon on June 3rd is very powerful while in Cancer, as Mars will exchange signs with Moon in Scorpio. Since these planets are in their debilitation signs, because of their Parivartana Yoga, the debilitation gets cancelled and even reversed. So what it means is all the chaos is going to actually bring the good results. So there is a hope. So bad, and then out of which will something comes better. Okay. Both Cancer and Scorpio are water signs representing deep, profound emotions. Because these planets exchange the rulership during the full moon, there will be some amazing results probably. The full moon in Scorpio is ruled by Mars, opposing the Sun in Taurus, and ruled by Venus, reflecting back to these ruling planets. So that means Mars and Venus are together in Cancer and the sign of security and protection, which tells me that there will be serious efforts to ensure more security and protection in the areas where it seems like where violence is expected, and of course all this violence is going to bring the truth. So while I said that the moon this month will shed light on world's financial problems also and the corruption, so I expect a lot of new awakenings so that the leadership will change the way of doing things, and they will try to bring the peace. And this leads to the new moon on June 18 in Gemini in the nakshatra of Mrigashriya, which opens a new communications outlets, and that speaks the truth around the world. So there we go. We have a very good life will come out of all this. Although, so things have moved to extremes of imbalance and the injustice, and now the things will be up and down and up and down. This is the starting of something very big, which will do something good in the politics of the world. People are now looking for somebody who can do some good new person who can do some better job up in our life. So over the next few months, this realization is going to be fruitful. From June 4th through 21, Jupiter in Aries will be in a great position, as it's in its exaltation sign in the D9 Navamsha placement. This brings the big hope while all the nasty things are happening. With all that stuff going on, Jupiter will try to bring the strong and some positive energy. Truth will come out, spirituality will be rising, and people will say realize that yes, there is a hope, that we don't need to be all that gloomy and bad. So with that, I want to tell you one thing again. Yes, there is a lot of bad stuff happening. Yes, real estate market is going down, interest rates are rising. Yes, it's going to impact the stock market also. I don't need to tell you that. you know it's going to bring the stock market down. So be careful when you invest. And I'm going to tell you one thing, that there's others people play the other stock markets just without thinking. Don't do it. Consult a professional before you invest. My astrological conditions of the planets indicate be very careful. It's going to be coming down. I said in my last month's video too. So be careful that. And there's a lot of hope around the corner, and things will get better in time. And we need to get spiritual, get together, connect with the higher being, and be peaceful. Be helpful to people around you. Do the right thing in life, and this good karma will pay off, and then the higher being will reward you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave comments here and not in my inbox, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully you will have time to watch your individual horoscope separately if I post it. Take care. Bye-bye.